Hello students, today I shall discuss video about the poem Wind. Wind is the second poem in your book Beehive. This poem was composed by Subramanya Bharati in Tamil language. Subramanya Bharati was very great Tamil poet, and later this poem was translated by A.K. Ramanujan. Subramanya Bharati was born in 1882 and died in 1921. He was a great Tamil poet, famous for his patriotism in the pre-independence era. On the other hand, A.K. Ramanujan was born in 1929 and died in 1993. He was a famous Kannada and English poet, well known for his translation of classical and modern poetry. Poem Wind, also composed by A.K. Ramanujan in English language. Now we will start explanation of poem. Wind comes softly. Here the poet is telling us about that he is requesting wind to blow in slow manner. Don't break the shutters of the windows. And the poet is saying that thing also, requesting to the wind that don't break the shutters which are settled in the windows. Shutter means is that किवाड़. डोर के दो दरवाजे होते हैं. One part is called shutter. Don't scatter the papers. And poet is requesting to wind, don't throw down the papers on the floor. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. On the shelf, books are settled in a systematic manner. But strong wind is throwing down the books on the floor. There, look what you did. Now the poet is observing the destructions which was done by wind, and he was saying to wind that, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You tear the pages of the book also. You brought rain again. Now in 7 number line, the poet is saying that you are bringing the rain again and again. Generally, we are observing that when the strong wind is coming, just after that rain is coming. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Now in this stanza, the poet is telling us that wind is very clever and wind is always making the fun with weak people and weak things. Frail, crumbling houses. Frail means weak. Crumbling means breaking. Always wind is breaking houses which are weak, whose construction was not good. Crumbling doors. It is also breaking the doors. Crumbling rafters. Breaking the rafters also. Rafters are the sloping beams which we are settled on the roof. जनरली हमने देखा है झोपड़ी के ऊपर जो थोड़ी तिरछी सी छत बनती है उसके ऊपर हम जो स्लोपिंग बीम्स यूज करते हैं, दोज आर कॉल्ड द राफ्टर्स. Crumbling wood, always breaking the wood. Crumbling bodies, weak bodies also wind is breaking. Crumbling lives, many lives it is breaking. Crumbling hearts also, and always it is breaking the heart of the people. But these all destructions is done by only strong wind, not slow wind. The wind god we knows. Now in 12th number line we are getting that wind is becoming the god. Why it is becoming the god here? Because it was helping in winnow. And generally we are getting कि हम जब ग्रेन्स में से भूसा वगैरह रिमूव करते हैं तो वी आर गेटिंग दिस थिंग, हम एक सूप का यूज करते हैं एंड दैट प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड अ विनो. एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट प्रोसेस we need the strong wind to remove the chaff from the grain and crushes them all. And on the other hand, it is breaking, it is crushing so many things. It means when we are winnowing the grains, we require strong wind to clean the chaff from the grain. But on the other hand, we are getting this thing, strong wind is crushing so many things. He won't do what you tell him. He won't do what you tell him. Here in this line, the poet is telling us that wind will not do whatever thing human being will tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. That's why we should construct our homes strong. Let's join the door firmly. And the door of the homes that should be joined firmly. Practice to form the body. We should do the regular exercise to increase the strength and power of the body. Make the heart steadfast. And the heart of the human being, that should be also the strong. Do this and the wind will be good friends for human beings. Now in this stanza, poet is telling us that if we will follow these all suggestions, so definitely we will be the friend of the wind. Now next stanza, the wind blows out weak fires. Wind can easily blow out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. And we are getting on the other hand this thing also that it can making the strong fire in horrible situation. It can make the strong fire horrible and noiseful, which can create the destructions in the life of human beings. एक हिंदी में कहावत है, कहावत क्या, आप उसको जस्ट एक लाइन्स कहिए. एक हवा का झोंका एक दिए की लो को बुझा जाता है और उधर ही दूसरी तरफ यही हवा आग को बढ़ा भी जाती है. कई बार हमने देखा है कि बहुत मकान चलते हैं, थोड़ी सी आग लग जाती है और तेज हवा के झोंके आने शुरू होते हैं और मकानों का जलना शुरू हो जाता है. सेम थिंग, these both the situation differentiate. Poet is telling us here. His friendship is good. The friendship of the wind is really very good. But you have to be strong to make the friend of wind. We praise him every day. Now in last line, poet is requesting to human beings, you should appreciate wind every day, its power, its strength. Now, at last, I want to tell you the summary of this poem. In the beginning, poet is telling us that the destruction, it is showing that he is showing us the destruction of the wind, how it can become the horrible for the human being. But later he is saying that wind is not listening you. That's why you have to make yourself strong. He is suggesting so many things to make your body strong, to make your house strong, and heart also you will make strong. These all things. By this, we can manage the friendship of the wind. And at last, he was requesting to human being is that we must appreciate wind and its power and strength. Now here the turn of the poetic devices. Student, listen the poetic devices very carefully, because based on poetic devices I shall give you the homework. At first I want to tell you that poetic devices and figure of speech both are the same thing. In Hindi we are calling these alankar. First is that personification. When we are imagining non-living thing as living thing, we are dealing non-living thing in living manner, their personification will come. In this poem, we are getting that so many times poet is using you, him, friendship. These words we are using generally for human beings. We are not using for non-living thing like wind. Next is anaphora. Anaphora means is that when we are getting the same word continuously in successive manner, their anaphora figure of speech will come. In simple language we can say repetition of the same word in different lines in successive manner. Next is metaphor. When we are getting the comparison between the two things without comparative word, their metaphor figure of speech will come. Next, free verse. This poem is written in free verse. It means is that we can't set the rhyming scheme in this poem. This poem was composed in Tamil language and later it was translated by Ramanujan in English language. I hope figure of speech clear in your mind. Now your homework is that you will find out the personification and anaphora in this poem and underline in your book. Thank you, students.